heart of the emerald forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind, lived a tiny but extraordinary ant named Loma. Unlike the other ants in her colony, Loma was not interested in carrying food or digging tunnels. Instead, her mind buzzed with ideas, inventions, and solutions to problems no one else even noticed. She spent her days in a miniature underground lab hidden beneath a red-capped mushroom. Here, she crafted tiny tools and devices, always dreaming of ways to make life better for her colony. Her inventions were not just for fun, they held the power to change the lives of her fellow ants. And so Loma, the inventor ant, became a beacon of hope and innovation in the colony, her legacy inspiring future generations. One bright morning, Loma woke up to find her colony in distress. The great river, which provided them with fresh water, had overflowed, washing away their food storage. The queen ant and the worker ant scrambled to rebuild, but the river's current was too strong. Loma saw this as an opportunity. She scurried to her tiny workshop, hidden beneath a mushroom, and began sketching ideas on large leaves. She thought about ways to cross the river safely and collect food without being swept away. After hours of trial and error, she built a tiny raft using sturdy twigs and spider silk. Testing it in a small puddle, she watched as the raft floated perfectly. Excited, she hurried to show the colony. At first, the other ants were skeptical. "Ants don't use rafts," they murmured. But when they saw Loma demonstrating how the raft could carry food across the river without risk, their doubt turned into amazement. The queen ant approved the idea, and soon teams of ants were floating supplies across the river, saving their food supply. But challenges didn't stop there. Just as the ants began rebuilding their storage, a new problem arose. A giant beetle, attracted by the scent of food, started raiding their supplies. Loma observed the beetle carefully. It was large, slow, and easily distracted by light. She rushed back to her workshop and constructed a clever trap, a net woven from thin roots and sticky sap. She placed a small glowing firefly near the food pile to lure the beetle in. As expected, the beetle followed the light and walked right into the net. The ants quickly secured the trap and led the beetle away from their colony. Loma became a hero. The queen granted her a special place in the colony as their official inventor. Encouraged by her success, Loma continued to create devices to help her fellow ants. Bridges made of leaves, pulleys crafted from vines, and even a warning system using vibrating pebbles. One day, a terrible storm hit the emerald forest, flooding tunnels and blocking paths with fallen branches. The ants were trapped underground with no escape. Loma knew she had to act quickly. Using her knowledge of tunnels and airflow, she devised a plan. She found a hidden passage above the colony and used her pulley system to lift the smaller ants to safety first. Then, she instructed the strongest ants to push against a weakened tunnel wall, creating an opening. One by one, the ants escaped just as the tunnel collapsed behind them. The entire colony cheered for Loma, realizing that her inventions had not only saved their food, but their lives. As Loma and the ants recovered from the storm, she noticed something strange near the riverbank. A massive fallen tree had created a natural dam, forming a calm, shallow pool. She realized this could be an opportunity. If they could build a proper dam, they could control the water flow and prevent future floods. Excited, Loma gathered the smartest worker ants and explained her vision. They began stacking pebbles, mud, and leaves, reinforcing the structure of the natural dam. It took days of hard work, but finally, they succeeded. The river flowed gently, and the colony's tunnels remained dry. The queen was so impressed that she declared Loma's invention the greatest achievement in their history. One evening, as Loma was resting, she noticed a glowing object drifting through the sky. It was unlike anything she had seen before. Curiosity overwhelmed her, and she decided to investigate. She followed the object, discovering that it was a lantern made by fireflies carrying a piece of shimmering leaf. Loma realized she could use this idea for night signals. If the colony ever faced danger, they could release glowing leaf lanterns to alert everyone. She experimented with different types of leaves and found the perfect one that could hold the fireflies' glow for a long time. One fateful night, a colony of fierce army ants invaded. They were much larger and stronger than Loma's colony. The ants panicked, but Loma stayed calm. She hurried to launch her glowing leaf signals, sending them into the air. The light confused the invaders, making them think a larger creature was nearby. At the same time, Loma activated her vibration warning system, sending messages through the ground to hidden escape tunnels. The army ants, frightened by the strange lights and sensing something unusual underground, hesitated. That was all Loma's colony needed to escape through their secret tunnels. When the danger had passed, they returned safely, unharmed. From that day forward, the ants embraced creativity and innovation. They built stronger tunnels, safer bridges, and even learned to store food in waterproof leaves. And at the heart of it all was Looma, the inventor ant, whose ideas had transformed the way they lived forever. Looma continued to invent, always curious, always thinking, always dreaming of ways to make life better for her colony. And so, the legend of the inventor ant lived on, inspiring future generations to think beyond the ordinary and find extraordinary solutions to life's biggest challenges. If you want to hear more exciting stories, subscribe to Cloud of Joy and turn on the notification bell.